And just because we're seeing kids as numbers and data points, we certainly see teachers as data points. You know, when they started this, calling us human capital at Knox County schools, I thought nobody could be more out of touch with who a teacher is than somebody who wants to call them human capital, because teachers don't like that at all.
Not a lot of people may realize that you are still a working teacher as well as a state representative.
That's correct. It's very difficult, but I'm in school every day from 8:30 to 4:15. And so my evening is spent in meetings and meeting with constituents and that sort of thing. So, you know, usually I don't get back to the house till 10 o'clock or maybe a little bit later on when school's in. But it is in the Tennessee Code that teachers can go on legislative leave. So I will be on unpaid leave from January through May, the second semester.
Talk to us about teachers again and how they are being given equitable compensation or not, respect, support for the job that they're expected to do.
Yeah, well, one of the things that, you know, that's probably, you touched on a lot of issues that are the problem right now. People act like it's Knox County. Just because Knox County is the county speaking out, it's how people feel across the state. I get calls every week from a different county in the state saying, you know, help us speak out and help us organize because the morale is so low in education, and it's about that respect piece. And, you know, it's funny, somebody told me the other day that, you know, they've been trying to get teachers at a meeting for years to talk about their pay. Well, they couldn't get more than 10 teachers at a school board meeting to talk about increasing their pay. But when you talk about the stress, the low morale, and what's happening with our students, that's when teachers show up. Teachers know that they're not going to make $1 million. They just know that, and that's not why we're in it. We would like to be compensated fairly. And I guess probably one of the straw that broke the camel's back for me, as far as what we needed to do, was when the state board voted to cut teacher salaries. And I understand maybe it's not the time for a raise and all that, but to cut teacher salaries when we're one of the lowest in the country was not a wise idea. And our superintendent here supported that cut. He supported the governor and the commissioner rather than supporting the teachers, and that was very frustrating for me, because I think that you should support the teachers in that. And what that cut actually did, it does, nobody goes backwards in pay, but say you're a first-year teacher, and over 20 years on this new scale, you'll make $33,000 less than you would the old scale. And if you have a master's degree, it's $85,000 less over those 20 years. So to me, that's, and they talk about the merit pay. This, if you do good and your kids score well on their tests, then you will get a bonus. Well, they're making that bonus harder, and we've only been doing it 3 years, and that bonus is getting harder and harder to get. And even if you make that bonus those years, you're still not going to be up to the pay level that we used to have. And so it's just not an equitable system.